Hello, everyone. Apparently, I broke the internet today searching for a very simple phrase, which was women are the matrix. And what I discovered is that Google, who owns YouTube, has a feminist agenda. Because what I was told by Google's AI generated response, to which there were no results whatsoever, by the way, is that this ideology is not only incorrect but is misogynistic and dangerous. So it appears that Google, YouTube is censoring manosphere, red pill posts. Um, so this video is kind of an experiment to see what whether or not it will be shown. Um, a lot of my videos are about how women are the matrix. I mean, that's what matrix means. It's Latin for woman, mother, womb, breeding age female. And what does the mother and the breeding age female do? Well, they entrap you. Okay, the breeding age female entraps you in a monogamous relationship, which is not primate nature. Primates are not monogamous. Um, but you know what? Babies are. And you know what? You know who's like a baby? Narcissists are like a baby. So babies are monogamous with their mother. So what women are trying to do, they're so infantile. Uh, they have become so infantile. Their brain development is so arrested that what they're trying to do is get their narcissistic supply, their intimacy needs met by the man, and other kinds of narcissistic supply as well. You know, they want to be admired, accepted, they want approval. In other words, they don't want to be embarrassed. They want a man with a sexy car, who's a certain height, who's, good looking and has a lot of money. Um, and, the man has been turned into a mule, a bank account to fund her material existence. We live in a material world, and I'm a material girl. So, um, women are not only imposing monogamy upon men to entrap them and enslave them, uh, you know, but they also, and this goes for their children as well, they're infantilizing the children and the man in order to get their intimacy needs met. And that's every episode of the Super Nanny. It's the same. It's the same damn story every time. The children's age-appropriate needs are not being met for autonomy and freedom and independence and challenges. The mother is keeping them locked into an infantile state in order to meet her intimacy needs. And so, what do we see in the Matrix? We see a spider and her eggs That's how I see it. But the eggs never hatch, keeping them neotonously trapped in a larval state where they cannot uh, mature, they cannot hatch into the world. Um, but of course, Neo hatches, but there's no world to hatch into. The world's been destroyed. That's what we're looking at. So let's say that, like me, you saw that the world, you sensed there's something wrong with the world, that the world's been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth that you're a slave. And so you wanted to hatch, to individuate, to escape the matrix, escape the mother, escape the female who wants to domesticate you and enslave you. And I headed out into the wilderness and spent 5 years living outside. So if you've watched any of my other videos, you'll see me. I'm always outside because I lived outside. And I was hatching. But what I discovered is that there's no world to hatch into. It's been paved over. We're hunter-gatherers that evolved in the natural world. But even if you can somehow find the natural world, it's just a tourist attraction. So there is no natural world to hatch into. It's the desert of the real. Once you escape the simulation of society and civilization, which is really a simulated existence, where we've been brainwashed all our lives to be consumer slaves. This is where Fight Club and Matrix get. They're basically married to each other. These two movies, if you put them together, they make up a philosophical system. What's missing from the Matrix is what Fight Club offers. The red pill manosphere. Men have been stripped of their masculinity. They've been made into consumer slaves. The last thing we need is another woman. Men are warriors. They need to fight. We need to hit bottom. In other words, give up consumerism, give up the pampered existence that we've been brainwashed to accept, and we need to reclaim our masculinity. Think about it. In Fight Club, he starts fighting, Well, the same thing happens in The Hobbit. He starts, he gets a sword, he starts fighting. Same thing happens in Harry Potter. He gets a wand, he gets a weapon, and he starts fighting. In The Matrix, he's taught Kung Fu. So it's the same theme. Star Wars, he gets his lightsaber and he starts fighting. So the man needs to escape from this womb, this matrix, this incubator that keeps him infantilized and emasculated, that has turned him into a slave to fund a woman's narcissistic material existence. So I think I've said enough for, just an experimental video to see how it will uh, do with the Google algorithm, which I am not optimistic about. So you will probably never see this video. But if you do and you enjoy this video, you might watch some of my other videos. And I'll see you in the next one, or I won't. That's all up to whether or not I'm shadow banned. Because, I'm being misogynistic and dangerous and, you know, and this is hate speech against women. Well, if it's real, we should be talking about it. If it's the truth. But of course, you know what? Narcissists, they can't handle the truth. They're at war with reality. They create an alternate reality that suits them, that flatters their ego. And makes the world into what they need it to be. But I've said a lot of things in a very short amount of time. It's a lot to process. Thank you for watching. See ya.